You can do this, but you don't know who you are. I know who you are. You're gone. You quit. We won't see you again. Ha, ha, ha.
Remember, you heard it right here from Detecto Rizzo Mac. Peace.
Yoshi. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Huh. Yeah. I'm Yoshi. Yeah. Oh, and that's Yoshi. And TR. You probably be mad at me for what I might say. Man. You probably be mad at me for what I might say. Man. You probably be mad at me for what I might say. Man. You probably be mad at me because I am blunt. I am blunt. I am blunt. I say what I want. I am blunt. I am blunt. I am blunt. I say what I want. I say what I want. No restrictions, no filter here. Only the truth get revealed. We all want the truth and I ill. We all want the truth and I ill. Tell me I'm wrong, I make the correction. Something went wrong, you switch the directions. Hate me so much, you block my blessings. Truth should set you free from exception. Loving me, love the heat, hate the bait, learn the streets. They hate love the pain. All the music sounds the same. Entertain, not a game. You're to blame. I can never be that kind of way because we all have different emotions and we all entitled to our opinions. But when you talk, it just don't make sense. That's why when you speak, I don't believe it. So I analyze every damn thing and I also do my own research too. So you can't tell me any damn thing and I've been trained to see right past you. The Illuminati, they can't have my body. They can taste my shawty. The Illuminati, they can't leave nobody. They can't call my body now. No restrictions, no filter here. Only the truth get revealed. All we want, truth in here. All we want, truth in our head. Tell me I'm wrong, take the correction. Something went wrong, switch the direction. Take me so much, block my pleasure. Truth is written, free from possession. You probably be mad at me for what I might say. You probably be mad at me for what I might say. You probably be mad at me for what I might say. You probably be mad at me because I am blunt. I am blunt. I say what I feel. I say what I want. I say number truth. I am blunt. I say what I feel. I say what I want. I am blunt.
Happy Friday. Sorry, let me try that again. Happy Friday, everybody. What's going on? Welcome to my show. I'm Eve, and tonight the border is secure. Obama, Kamala, O'Biden, the Orange Man, tacos and collard greens. I don't know where to start, but I did want
You can
to.
do this, but you don't know who you are. I know who you are. You're gone. You quit. We won't see you again. Ha, ha, ha.
Remember, you heard it right here from Detecto Rizzo Mac. Peace.
Sorry about that. Having some technical difficulties over here with the different videos that play when they're not supposed to play and then play when they're supposed to play. I hope I don't have any connection issues tonight. It's been a week, and inside of that week, we've had to get very creative on how to present this information to you guys so that you at least get my thoughts. Remember, I'm not here to try to tell you how to think. I just want you to think. I mean, I really think, in my humble opinion, that we are a people who don't spend enough time thinking. Maybe it's our fast food addiction. Maybe it is our need to have it right now. You know, they said you can have it your way, and y'all niggas ran with it. And that's okay. I mean, I guess you can. I definitely don't want to participate in anything that doesn't involve me. And I guess I just get a little confused when y'all are rushing to participate when it doesn't involve you either. I guess I'm remembering a time that I wasn't alive when our ancestors, fought for the right to exist. If there was ever a Black Lives Matter time that actually made sense, it might have been during the civil rights integration time period. Like that's really when I guess we were saying, don't shoot. We just want to exist. We want to belong. We are saying it loud and proud. And whether it was food or water hoses or spilling blood on bridges in Selma, our ancestors really took one to the head for the ability to make decisions on their own. Essentially, that's what it is. At the end of the day, we Americans, Black America specifically, and especially, are dealing with a power conflict. The power dynamic is a little bit off. We've been told that we are the minority, and we have been the minority for a very long time. And, well, that's just not true. I mean, you guys can go out and look for yourself with your own eyeballs and see that that's not true. But for whatever reason, you've bought into the lie, and now we are at a time where these lies matter. All lies matter. Hey, maybe I need to change it to that. The title, that is. Mental note for anybody who gives a damn. Maybe I change the title to All Lies Matter. Remind me of that after the show. Anyway, our ancestors who fought for, I don't even really think that the majority of the critical thinkers back then were fighting for the right to participate with white people as much as they just wanted the same go at it. If they're not going to pay reparations, and I guess maybe some people back then just said it's not going to happen in our lifetime. It ain't going to happen while I'm alive. So let me just get the next best thing. That's probably the first time we ever really, willingly participated in the voting for the lesser of two evils. When we were in segregated, almost integrated times. But I guess I'm the grandchild or one of the grandchildren of integration, and I don't think them niggas was fighting that hard for what we have today. I feel like they were fighting for, the resources, the access to the resources, to the tangibles, to the benefits. If you have to take hand-me-downs and subpar everything, then maybe you would just want things to look the same across the street, whatever it is. But we exist in 2024, and supposedly there's no racism because of the amount of you niggas who want to lay up with them white people. And, well, Joe Biden said it in 2021, and I don't know that he said it again. But he did definitely say it, that there was no more racism. Look at all the interracial couples out here. So there you go. But, well, here today, you've got the non-Black melanated man trying to sway the Black population on the non-Black melanated woman. And I just want to know, what part of the game is that? I mean, really, it was embarrassing. It was offensive. And then Obama didn't even take the time to iron or press or take his damn suit to the cleaners. It literally looked like the nigga rolled out of bed and said, all right, let me go talk to these niggas because, I don't know what happened in the last 4 years, right? Like, you got me. Right? He's very confused about what the hell is really going on. And I don't know that it's confusing at all. I think that Black America, Black men have said that if you want us to participate in your system, then you will give us something worth our time. Make it worth our while. And not like how Trump was out handing out $100 bills at the grocery store. I don't know if y'all saw that. I don't know if that's legal, you know, like to pass out cash and then be like, vote for me. But he definitely was doing it. It's definitely on camera. And I definitely haven't seen anybody saying you can't do that. So, you know, I don't know. But, well, here's how the Democrats are trying to court men. And I don't know if this is like the first part of the commercial or not, but that thing on your screen, I don't know if that's like the most masculine thing you would want to champion masculinity, supporting the non-Black melanated woman who washes her greens in the bathtub. But let's just, you know, if you haven't seen it, I really hope I don't get copyright stricken. But this is a commercial. It was a public commercial. Kamala wants your vote. So, well, here you go. Men, Kamala's speaking to you.
I'm a man.
I'm a man.
I'm a man, man.
And I'm man enough.
You think I'm afraid to rebuild a carburetor? I eat carburetors for breakfast.
I ain't afraid of bears.
That's what bear hugs are for.
I'll tell you another thing I sure as shit am not afraid of. Women.
I'm not afraid of women.
I'm not afraid of women.
Except for those two little girls in The Shining. But I'm more afraid of just The Shining in general, the movie. It's not because they're girls. I think you get what I'm saying.
I'm man enough to support women.
And I'm man enough to help them win.
Was that masculine? That was like your version or view of how men would look, or or the men who would support Kamala look? Because I guess that's really where I'm at. I think that that's probably the telltale of a man who is voting for Kamala, like a man who's voting for her on purpose. But that's actually not the commercial that I saw earlier. Maybe it's this one.
I'm a man.
I'm a man.
I'm a man, man.
And I'm man enough.
I'm man enough to enjoy a barrel-proof bourbon.
Neat.
Man enough to cook my steak rare.
Man enough to deadlift 500, then braid the out of my daughter's hair.
You think I'm afraid to rebuild a carburetor? I eat carburetors for breakfast.
I ain't afraid of bears.
That's what bear hugs are for.
I'll tell you another thing I sure as shit am not afraid of. Women.
I'm not afraid of women.
I'm not afraid of women.
They want to control their bodies? I say go for it.
They want to use IVF to start a family? I'm not afraid of families.
They want to be childless cat ladies?
Have all the cats you want.
Woman wants to be president?
Well, I hope she has the guts to look me right in the eye and accept my full-throated endorsement.
Because I'm man enough to support women.
Man enough to know what kind of donuts I like.
Man enough to admit I'm lost, even when I refuse to ask for directions.
Man enough to not ban young women from reading Little Women.
Or one of those pants books that the sisters like.
I'm man enough to raw dog a flight. It sucked. Not worth it.
I'm man enough to be emotional in front of my wife.
In front of my kids.
In front of my horse.
I'm man enough to tell you that I cry at Love Actually.
Good Will Hunting.
West Side Story.
That and Predator.
And I'm sick of so-called men domineering, belittling, and controlling women just so they can feel more powerful.
That's not how my mama raised me.
I love women.
I love women who support their families.
Women who decide not to have families.
Women who take charge.
And I'm man enough to help them win.
Yeah, that's the one. That's the one, you guys. And I just, I see two men in the chat. What's going on, Spirit Wonder? What's going on, Turtle Sage? Welcome to the live. Are y'all man enough to let me know if that's the type of man that can lead? I mean, really, essentially, that's what they're doing. They want the men to lead the women to the polls. But you guys, fellas, and ladies, if you're there in the chat, I don't actually see any ladies live with me in the chat, but that's okay. Maybe in the playback, you guys will comment in the comment section. But look, is that the type of man you're going to follow? Because one of them said he's man enough to cry or be emotional in front of his wife or woman. And I think that's great. I don't know that that's the type of man that I want, as much as, men have feelings, things hurt. I can't tell someone how they can react to pain or how they should react to pain. But, here we are. Some men cry. Marcus Garvey was known to cry. I always thought that was very strange. But, passion, it presents itself in many ways, right? Many, many millions and billions of ways. No, I'm playing. But passion, it can look different for different people. So crying could be the way that you sway somebody to your side. Sure, fine, whatever. I get it. But if you're just out here trying to show women that you're a feminist, I don't know. Because at the end of the day, the feminists, well, I think they're realizing that they got the shit end of the stick. But what happened before they realized this, before the realization, before the aha light bulb moment, this is what happened. Men chopped off their dicks and said, I'm a woman. And then the feminists said, yeah, you don't have a dick anymore. So I don't know why that makes me laugh, but I'm going to stop saying the D word and just leave you with the fact that mutilating yourself doesn't make you a woman. And I'm going to have to continue to repeat that, reiterate that, compound on that, be a broken record when it comes to that, because stupid women, actual women, real life women, biological, chromosomical women said that you could chop off your penis and be a woman. That really bothers me. It's offensive. And I don't like that the landscape is that other women did it. And these women did it because not only are they the mothers of confusion, the mothers of invasion, the mothers of, if you don't want to do it yourself, just go make somebody else do it for you. I get it. But then you Black women picked it up. And I don't know what that was. It's like you bought into the fact that white women said that men are bad. No, their men are bad. Their men are so bad that they try to get with our men. You see how that works? It's so simple. Like, it's super duper simple. Even a caveman can do it. And as we've seen, a lot of racist type humans, they've got it to the point where they understand they're in the global red. They understand that white plus white equals nothing. You will not exist in the future if you continue ways. So they've branched out. They've tried to seek ulterior ways around their annihilation. And I mean, it's a self-inflicted wound. Nobody ever told them that they had to stay white. That's this race thing that we're dealing with is all if we're going to give them credit for any invention, that might be the only one, that and the patent office, where they can steal your shit. So from racism, the race that only they get to win, to the patent office, the place where they get to claim your invention, and then you don't have the money to fight it. So now you don't have your invention or your name, shout out to Famous Amos. But, we've got people out here in the real world who are fighting these fights because they do have the resources. And I don't know if I'm allowed to say anything just yet. So I will just pause on that update and just bring you to, well, actually, I guess I need to remove that and then put it back on the man with the plan, the man of the hour, Barack Obama. No, just kidding. Before I do that, those men in the commercial, I'm almost for certain the first one wasn't a man, but maybe it was. They just have a hard time with their I don't know what they have a hard time with. They just look like they was having a hard time. You know, pick a struggle. The struggle they chose was the Kadummy bus. But this is what I think you can look at. This is in no shape or form supposed to have been taken as I'm taking her seriously in this moment. Okay. So for the naysayers out there that are going to say, you're always finding something to nitpick about, and she wasn't even being serious here. Okay, I get that. In this one instance, I'm going to give it to her. This is Kamala being silly. Okay. All right. You with me? Here we go.
A presidential song for anyone. One Nation Under a Groove by Funkadelic. One nation under a groove. Getting down just for the funk of it. Can I get it on the... A presidential song for anyone. One Nation Under a Groove by Funkadelic. One nation under a groove. Getting...
Did you hear the snap and the clap? And then she said, can I get it on the... Y'all, this woman who does not cook her greens in the bathtub. Look, let me just put that out there. That was a lie. Kamala is not good on her feet. She does not know how to have a conversation with people. She is actually probably the worst politician when it comes to the baby kissing and making people like you aspect. I mean, shit, if JD Vance, who can publicly hate Trump, like with real nasty words and just really feel very strongly about him before being his VP pick, and now he's got Trump supporters supporting him. It's an act. It's an art. I'm sorry, it's not an act. It's an art. It's also an act. But in the art of acting, this woman has zero. There it is. She's got zero. She's got nothing. She doesn't have it. She doesn't know how to care. She doesn't know. Well, she doesn't know how to sing, but I also don't know how to sing, so I'm not holding her too hard on that. These are not reasons for why I wouldn't vote for her as president. These are reasons for why I wouldn't want to crack a beer open with her, or I wouldn't want to know her top 50 books, playlist, people. I don't give a shit about this woman, but I do care about her policies. You know, I care about how she's going to run things, and oh shit, she's already in office. Would you look at that? The woman who wants your vote already had your vote. She got your vote 4 years ago when you picked her, when you didn't really pick her, but when you were forced, when she was forced on you last 4 years ago, and you voted for her anyway. So picking Joe Biden meant that you picked Kamala Harris, and for the past 4 years, this is what we've been dealing with. And you know, I'm not here trying to make you a hater, make you hate her, or make you hate anything. Shit, I really just want people to ask questions and then wait for the answer. Here's an example of asking questions and then listening for the answer, because like I said, Kamala has zero people skills. She does not know how to interact with the people that she wants to vote for her as much as she knows how to chameleon. She knows how to put on an accent. She knows how to put on an outfit. I really like this little black suit, pantsuit thing that she's wearing in this video. You know, it's pretty sleek, but that's just me. I like all black, and for what it's worth, god damn it, Kamala, you keep taking my style. I don't like it. Chucks and business casual with pearls, that I know that's fucking weird, but that it works. For me, I don't like that this 60-year-old boomer has taken what I authentically thought was me, like my look, and then just really made it not a look that I want to wear anymore. I don't want to wear anything that resembles this woman, from my chucks to my pearls to my pantsuits. I don't want to be any sort of, oh, you're so well-spoken, just like the first black vice president. Fuck you and them, respectfully. And disrespectfully, if you really thought that she was black, because she's not. Look at her talk to these melanated women.
What's that been like?
Well, honestly, when we went up the first day, I was familiar because I used to live in Asheville. And we made the first stop in Morganton, and MJ and I drove up, and I was like, where's they drop off? I need to back up where they drop off their supplies. Me thinking that they're gonna have all these supplies, and she come out, one of our community members come out, and she was like, oh my goodness, I'm so glad y'all here. Come to find out we were the only one.
Really?
We were the only one, and they had 3 tents.
So they didn't even have a center of where to do it because you were the only one.
We were the only one. They had 3 tents set up outside, and I guess maybe they had about 20 cases of water, and that was it. And what really got me was the 16-year-old daughter came up and seen we take pads and put like 5 or 10 in a bag.
Yeah.
And she was like, oh my God, we got some pads. And it's a female. We know how valuable that is. And she said, because they were in Morganton, not in Asheville, that no one had brought them anything.
What's that?
I mean, was that a person who reeked of empathy and care? And I'm really asking because I know that I could have an uncomplicit bias. Hold up. I think I messed that word up. Uncomplicit or incomplicit. Unconscious bias or a complicit bias. There we go. Implicit bias. There it is. Okay. To catch you guys up to speed with my brain, implicit bias refers to the unconscious forms of discrimination and stereotyping based on race, gender, sexuality, ethnicity, ability, age, etc., etc. So, because I already don't like her, I get it. I could just be looking at her and just not like the way that she ate her greens, right? It just, nothing about it. I just don't like her. But I find that I only really don't like her because she's out here lying to people. She doesn't even care enough to act like she cares, right? And that's the part that gets me, because I don't think it's hard to beat Trump. I don't think that there are more racist white supremacists or even non-racist white supremacists who like Trump. I don't think that there's more of them than there are critically thinking Black Americans who want things to make sense, who might have just participated in the system because of tradition and habit, not because they really agreed or bought into it. And I'm finding that more and more of you guys are having this reawakening. You woke up during the uprisings when George Floyd was murdered on camera, and then you kind of were lulled back to sleep, and then now you're kind of waking up again. And this is why they had to wheel out Biden, the brown man on your screen, to try to push the vote in her direction. He didn't need all of this help. Right? I don't know that Obama's handlers had to handle him so stringently, so hands-on. Did you see the teleprompter gaffe that just happened? Where Kamala's reading from the teleprompter. Like, she doesn't, again, you guys, I'm not just saying this because I don't like her or because I'm being mean. There's evidence to support what I'm saying. If you need a teleprompter to get you through a speech, okay, fine. But if this is supposed to be impromptu on the fly because you care, like you were just moved to say something, but then it's a speech that you have to read, did you even write it? Because I find that a lot of these politicians, they don't write their own speeches, let alone do they fact check them to find out that it might be somebody else's whole speech. Somebody might have actually said these words 22 years ago, and because essentially those people are old and not really paying attention as much as they used to, and when I say old, I mean the voting demographic that is consistent is that 40 to 55 age group. right? I mean, young adults are voting, young people are voting, old people are voting, but young people are paying attention to the things that move them. Old people are doing the thing that they've always done. And it's the people in the middle that kind of are more interested in these policies, right? It's their dollar that's at stake. You know, when you're old, you got Social Security and Medicare and retirement, you know, essentially you should be fine. You know, you live in America, for Christ's sake. But on the opposite side of things, young people, you know, they might be in college, you know, they might still be living at home. They might not actually have to deal with reality just yet. So they're a little green around the edges, and that's okay because, you know, we don't want people so cold. We don't want people to just hate life, but, well, I don't know how you can't hate things when you look at the inequity, you look at the treason, the oppression, just the downright who gives a shit about you, about America, and then, you know, love it here. I mean, do you love it here? Is this the America that you dreamed of? Do you have dreams? Do you dream of where you are, how it could be? You know, I feel like our ancestors who were enslaved, if you had those, you know, some of y'all didn't, but if you had those, I find that maybe they had dreams. And I'm not talking about like Martin Luther King, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. dreams. I'm not talking about those, but maybe I am. Maybe he had the same dreams of our enslaved ancestors. But I find that those dreams are a fairy tale. If you had to work and 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 be told that your heaven is coming later, you just got to keep working, keep at it, work hard, just keep doing the things. If you just keep working and, you know, you just pray and you work and you pray and, well, you can't fuck up either. So you got to work, pray, and not fuck up. And then, well, eventually you going to get your blessings. It's going to come, you know, that I feel like that's the dreams of some enslaved ancestors. I find that working hard, you know, that's what comes after you've attained what is yours. Working hard is what you do every day to survive because the odds are against you, Black America. Working hard is so a part of our life that the dominant society has had to trick you into thinking that niggas is lazy. How? How are Black Americans lazy when we had to do all of the work for so many years? It's not right. It's treason to say that you're doing all of these things for your ancestors, but then you wouldn't actually give a damn about what it is that they were working towards. Voting is not just going to the ballot office. Voting is saying that you understand what all is being played. You get it. You know the players. You know the game. Not going to participate. And then do your own thing if you want. But if you're going to pick somebody to assist you with resources, safety, protection, you know, tangibles, and whatever it is that you feel is what you're owed as an American, then maybe you would look at how they do things. If this woman, Kamala Harris, has been proven to not even be able to hold a conversation with the people that she wants to vote for her because she needs somebody to write it down, is that a person that the people would want? Or is that a person that, I guess, systems would want? You know, you want the automation of it all. Here's a 2022 versus 2024 version of Kamala.
Would you call the border secure?
The border is secure.
You're confident this border is secure?
We have a secure border. As your president, I will secure our border.
Would you call the border secure?
The border is secure.
The border is secure, according to her 2 years ago. But, well, if you've been paying attention to the news, you will find that there's been a lot of people coming over here from different places, who knows where, and the border was wide the fuck open. I mean, that bitch was open like 7-Eleven in your neighborhood. Okay, sorry. I'm sorry all the way free. I couldn't help it. But open, the border was wide open. Like damn, I don't know. What celebrity is... Let me not do that either. Oh shit, yeah, the border's wide open like Cardi B's ass, right? Because she was wide open doing things that she probably shouldn't be doing. Okay. No, the border was not secure, and the border is not secure. And there's someone in office right now who could do something about the border, but she wants your vote first. You have to vote for her before she will do something for you. And that's strange, because we're saying that you got to do something for us in order for us to vote for you. Right? It's strange how that works, isn't it? I saw this video that, for whatever reason, I can't find it right now, but I'm looking for it. It was a video of Kamala at a rally, and it was, she got stuck. What'd she say? The teleprompter went out at her rally, and when that happened, not only did her face look stuck, but she got stuck on the words. Here we go. Is this it? No, this is not it. This is another one. There's so many videos, so much information. How is it that you guys are still saying that you don't have enough information to just stay at home? I mean, really, what's the worst that could happen? We have the orange man as president again? Did you really have a bad time under the orange man? I mean, I'm not saying he's not all the bad things that you would say, but she's in office right now, and she won't do anything. She doesn't care to do anything. I guess the only thing she really cares about is changing her accent. Did you hear her most recent accent? Because, I mean, months ago they were joking her and her accent. Recently, I mean, as recent as 3 days ago, she's got a new accent. Who is this woman? Kamala Devi Gopalan Emhoff Harris. There's so many compilation videos, you guys, of her different accents. Just don't like when I'm showing someone else talking over it, but let's see if this is one that makes sense. It says this video could not be loaded because the server or network failed. Okay, fine. Let's see if I can change this.
Vice President Harris appears to use a French accent.
We campaign with the plan. Uppercase T, uppercase P, the plan.
Now, I do accents all the time, and I know how it comes off bigoted and prejudiced, and I've never tried to shy away from any of those labels. Whatever. You don't like me because I talk about everybody. That's fine. But the plan. This woman, her plan is by any means necessary. So really, she'll put on any accent, any accent, any accent that she feels like the people are stupid enough to really feel her empathetic ways via her accent. Um, that was a commercial. I don't know if y'all could hear it or not, but here we go. Here's another one.
Are obviously on edge. Back to this school year.
Okay, well, how does a student
saying something like that?
This is a farce. We don't negotiate with it will continue. It's being funded in part by Iran and other organizations supported by groups like the Tides Foundation here in America. Enough. We have to say no to this.
Yeah, the funding is coming from Iran, and it has gone way too far. So, David, we want to ask you about this clip of Kamala Harris from yesterday. She's making a speech in Detroit, and it's getting a lot of attention because some people are accusing her of using an accent we've never heard her use before. Listen to this.
You better thank a union member for the 5-day work week.
It's actually not the video I wanted to show you, but you know, you better thank a union member. You better, because if you don't, you ain't black. That's essentially where we are. You know, Joe Biden told them black faces in high places 4 years ago, 5 years ago, that you better get in line because America is going Espanol. And then from there, I mean, the border has been wide open. That would be the border between us and Mexico. And then from there, it's not even Mexicans that are coming over. Like, I don't even like disparaging Mexicans at this point because it seems like it's like Venezuela and Haiti and just like not Mexico, actually places that are a little bit further away. And then they're just using the border. Maybe they can't hack it in Mexico. Why don't these people stay in any of the countries that they go through to get here? Like, what's that about? Oh, is it because they don't have the same rules and laws like we do? Like they don't have open borders over there. Is that what it is? Okay. Got distracted with the plan. Oh, right, here we go. Kamala glitched. All the way free. Where are you? Where's that video where her teleprompter messed her up? Because I can't find it anymore. And for what it's worth, sometimes her glitches, they disappear from my search feed, and that's okay, I guess, but oh, it's not okay. Oh, here we go. You guys will love it. You're gonna love it. Your patience is appreciated. Please press 1, and the next available operator will be right with you. But they won't speak English.
Remember his number? 32. Today we got 32 days until the election. So 32 days. 32 days. Okay, we got some business to do. All right. 32 days. And we know we will do it. And this is going to be a very tight race until the very end. This is going to be a very tight race until the very end. We are the underdog, and we know we have some hard work ahead. Remember his number? 32.
All right, so the beginning of that clip, she's talking about Magic Johnson and how he at the time was, I guess, the most masculine man that they could find to wear the Kamala cape. I don't know if you want to wear the Kamala cape. It might have some comma on it. I don't know. It might be a little used. So maybe you don't wear that cape. But Magic Johnson, whose son is EJ, again, I don't know that parents should be blamed as much as it's part of the conversation, right? Like you can't sit here and say that how you run your home isn't taken into consideration when, you know, you're trying to tell people what to do. So I get that. What I'm saying is, if this is how we run our homes, there's EJ, Magic Johnson's son. Yes, Magic Johnson's son, just in case you didn't know. There it is. There he is. EJ Johnson. Or is it E Johnson? Is it EJJ? I don't know. But that nigga on your screen is Magic Johnson's son. And Magic Johnson was trying to tell black men that they need to vote for Kamala because as black men, we got to do things. What? No. Excuse me, sir. The same way that, you know, I don't eat everybody's food. And I know y'all learn that. If you have home training, there are certain things that you learn at home, you know, where, you know, what happens in this house stays in this house. You know, you don't eat everybody's cooking, you know, using a washcloth, a separate one for your face, and soap, wiping ourselves. I mean, it's insane, the list that you could say out loud that a lot of us would be like, you didn't learn that at home? And no, some of these people didn't learn it at home. Maybe they weren't home to teach it to their children. Maybe them not being home gave their children an opportunity to get into things that they shouldn't have been able to get into, whether it was via their own interests or not. Parents are supposed to guide their children. The guidance that parenting is a program, and you can be in charge of the program of your mini, or you can let society. I don't know what you got on your screen as much as that's two people who were born with penis and testicles and not with an ovary, mammary glands, a womb, none of that. But masculinity. But I showed you men who aren't afraid. You know, Kamala's new ad that's out, it's trying to get men to not be afraid of a woman. You can't be afraid of the women's. I don't know that anybody who's saying that they won't vote for Kamala has said it because of her being a woman. I think they've actually been pretty darn consistent when it comes to she doesn't know how to talk. She doesn't care about the people, and the people she does care about, well, she doesn't even know how to read the room. They don't even fuck with the Democrats, right? We're going through hell and high water for these people who don't speak English. They don't follow the traffic laws and patterns. They don't follow societal decencies. I mean, really, if you live in an area that is overrun with feral cats, are you really going to be mad that some Haitians are taking care of the problem for you? No, you wouldn't. So don't fucking lie on Harriet Tubman's internet. No, what you should is just be more honest. It's very strange to see something like that. We're not used to it. That's a little bit more honest. Now, if it's your dog or cat that got caught up in the sweep, then yeah, I guess you would have some reason to feel some type of way specifically. I would be very hurt if I came home and Hush Puppy was on somebody's barbecue. That would be really bad. I might want to hurt somebody off of that, but I don't know that I live in an area that we got to worry about that. Also, I don't know that my dog's just going to let you run up on her and take her. So, there's levels to this. I don't know what type of dogs are getting caught up. I don't know what type of cats, but I am saying that I've seen firsthand neighborhoods that have been overrun with feral animals, and they are a nuisance. And because people don't want to take care of them in a way that would make it so that they don't just keep having babies, it's I don't know, maybe you would want someone to come take care of the problem. It's animal control with the new name. It's how they taught you the red Indians and the yellow Indians. It's how they taught you that they don't waste anything, right? So you're already familiar with this sort of behavior. It's just a little strange to see it with your own eyeballs, but this is where we are. So I guess I don't really have an issue with them eating the dogs or cats. I have an issue with people not following the traffic patterns and laws, not going when the light turns green, not using turn signals, just stopping in the middle of the fucking road. Have y'all experienced that yet? Because I have on multiple occasions, and it's seeming very insurance fraud-esque, but I don't think that these people get in trouble the same way like we do. Like if I were to go on the interstate and just slam on brakes, I don't think Geico would be like, oh, you had a bad day. It's not your fault. It's the person who hit you's fault. No, I don't think that would happen like that at all for me. But I've been behind multiple vehicles with people who don't look like they know what the fuck is going on the road. And remember, it used to just be Asians. There was a whole stereotype. Asians don't know how to drive. Remember? Like back in the day, it was so recently long ago. But now it's not just the Asians. And I guess, I don't know if it's any Asians, but Indians are Asian, right? So there's that. Y'all don't like to have that conversation because you want us to think that Kamala's black. So, Jamaica. Oh, shit. I think there was a video of her in a new Jamaican accent as well, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to find it in a timely fashion. So without further ado, I was reiterating in many different ways why people wouldn't want to vote for Kamala. It's just doesn't make any sense. The people who want you to vote for her, they only say it because they don't like Donald Trump. They're not saying her policies are going to help them. Just kidding. There was that one group of confused youths of the non-melanin persuasion who had been pregnant before and killed the babies and are no longer interested in men's anymore. I think one of them wants to be identified as a man, and they want Kamala because of her sex policies. So there's that. Those people have been very loud about why they want Kamala. But everybody else, the people who are not saying that they want her for the sex magic and all that stuff, they're saying, who cares that she was a hoe? I mean, if that's the way you got there, I think everybody should care, because it sounds like you don't know what to do except for, how to do people in a way that would make them want to come back. Maybe there's an argument there. I don't know. Like people who pay for sex, I don't know why you do that, but if you did do it, then there's got to be a reason you keep going back. So maybe that one hoe got it. She got the know-how. Maybe that's Kamala. I don't know. If she can make you keep coming back, then maybe there's something there. But if that's not the case, then what to do? And if you're not voting for her for the sex magic stuff, then what about us? Because she says that she's creating or going to create an economic opportunity for all. That sounds like a rising tide, so I don't know if I want that. She says that she wants to tax the really rich people so that we can strengthen the middle class. But We already know that there's no such thing as the middle class. You either got it or you don't. That's pretty much it. It's too many people making six figures that have empty refrigerators, and then people who just got here yesterday, they got a full fridge, flat screen TV, they got a car and a job waiting for them with benefits. So, you know, there's that. But Project 2025, they tried to scare you and say that they were going to send you back to slavery. That didn't work. So now they're saying, no, they're not going to send you back to slavery. They're going to deport you because Trump's going to send all the niggas back. Send niggas back where? Send who, what? No. That's why we have to unlearn these lies quick, fast, and in a hurry, because it's too many of y'all who are still stuck on stupid with your ancestors have not been on the continent in 1,000 years, 500 years. Send you back where? The places that existed back then are not there. All of those places have been colonized. How do I know? Because we have Nigerians, which was not the African name for that area. We've got, I think maybe Ghana might be it. Let me not misspeak. Here we go. Who named Nigeria? Nigeria was formed more than 100 years ago in 1914 from it being called the Proctorate and Colony of Nigeria. The name was suggested by Flora Shaw, a British journalist, in 1897, naming the country Nigeria after the Niger River. Okay, so, you know, it's a little while ago, but is it older than 1776? No, it's not. There's lots of other countries over there, and their names are even more recent than Nigeria, so let's just be honest. Send who back where? The places that we might have been taken from, the people who have that specific ancestry, you know, with continental African in your recent history. You know, I don't know that that's the same place. I don't know that those people are there. So send who back where and how? Trump said that we can support ourselves with weapons. So same way Kamala said that she will shoot somebody who comes in her house. It's too many of y'all who practice your Second Amendment rights being afraid of someone with a horror story about what is going to happen for people who aren't supposed to be here. Now, does it mean that there aren't going to be people who get caught up in the sweep? I'm sure there will be. We live in a racist and white supremacist nation. There are going to be some casualties, but some of y'all niggas don't even want to accept that we're at war. So when you get swept up, just know we tried to, told you, but you didn't want to listen. First, to let a rhyme flow. Why are you talking about Diddy when we're talking about Kamala? Unless Diddy diddled Kamala or Kamala diddled Diddy. And I don't think that happened at all. I don't know. I think she was at some of his parties, but Diddy's not the topic tonight. The border is the topic. The border is wide open, like some of them parties Diddy's had, I imagine. You know, with thousands of bottles of baby oil. I don't know that anything's closed at that point, right? Okay, here's the full speech where her teleprompter fizzled out on her.
Remember his number? 32. Today we got 32 days until the election. So 32 days. 32 days. Okay, we got some business to do. All right. 32 days. And we know we will do it. And this is going to be a very tight race until the very end. We are the underdog, and we know we have some hard work ahead. Remember his number?
I could scream, y'all, because that's not the whole fucking thing. Look, she starts talking about working hard, and I don't know why more people are not reading Slavery from the Democrats versus, the boogeyman story that they're saying Trump is offering. I guess essentially Trump is not even talking to us at all. Like, that's great. He's not talking about us and he's not talking to us. I mean, he did do that, journalism thing with the black journalists, and they didn't use any of that time to ask about tangibles as much as they just wanted to get on him for being a mean man. That mean man who kept our border secure and had gas reasonable and the price of food at a reasonable price. I mean, that mean man is so mean, and he's a felon. Okay. The way some of y'all like felons, I thought that was in, but maybe it's not. Some of y'all's favorite rapper has bragged about drugging and raping men, so I thought that was in, but I guess Trump was a little tone deaf, or deaf in general. He doesn't really care. He doesn't seem to care as much as that might be why they keep trying to take him out. So his border's not secure either. Someone around him doesn't like him. Trump, the real Donald, where are you at? He used to be here. Somebody in your camp doesn't like you, homie. And you might want to fix that before you don't make it to January 2025. That's just a little insider tip. We've seen people go a few times, so we might know little things about these things. But in the meantime, and between time, if you fleed, use a flea. If you vote for Kamala, you probably eat everybody's food at the potluck. And, when Sarah Jessica's, Becky Lynn's cat hair is in the casserole, you just spit it out and put it to the side on your plate. You don't say nothing about it. It's got cute little paw prints in it, because her cat made paw prints in it, but you thought it was just the cutest little design. And, well, I think you get what you get, and you don't have a fit, especially if you picked it. It's the people who haven't chosen these things that are the loudest in the room right now, because the ones of y'all who had "I voted" stickers all up and down my timeline 4 years ago, y'all were silent as church mice. The crickets were astounding. I felt like I was in Africa. Just kidding. I felt like I was on the beach on the East Coast, where I live at. Why didn't y'all hold this woman to task? Why aren't you holding her to task? We are actually experiencing a few different disasters around the country, and as much as y'all kept telling us that she doesn't have any power, she does. She has as much power as they're giving her, and it's not escaping me that Joe Biden has been throwing her under the bus. And since I don't really want to get into a new topic tonight, I'm just gonna maybe land with something that sounds like someone who has some power. For the vice president not to be able to do anything, this doesn't sound
There are resources that are
do something.
There are federal resources you are entitled to receive without condition. And there are resources that are available to you to deal with what you need right now, to, for example, get money to be able to fill your prescriptions and deal with a hotel expense and help you recover over the longer term. The other point I would make is this. And I've done this work in my career. Sadly, there are some folks who, during the moment of a crisis, will be very predatory and start jacking up prices like gasoline or hotels.
And just like Joe Biden and Kamala over the past 4 years, you know, they've here in Virginia, the dollar ain't dollaring to the amount of $1,100 more on the same shit, same quality, same amounts. $1,100 more on food and gas, and nobody got paid more. That's insane. Literally. You know what's going to happen with these resources? The illegals that they are shipping to these areas are going to be able to get FEMA money from these disasters. And the Americans who don't have power, who can't access the website, who can't call because their phone died, they won't be able to get there in time. And by the time they get there, there won't be any more money for them. That's what's going to happen. That's what's happening under Kamala's watch right now. And she could do something about it because she said the border was secured. But then she said, if you vote for me, the border will be secure. Okay. If that's the leadership that you want, then be prepared to answer the hard questions because she doesn't answer any hard questions. And since she doesn't, the buck's going to pass to you, the people who told everybody that this is what you wanted. Especially, you know, when you start losing these programs that you said that Donald was going to take away from us. You know, when your Social Security and retirement, 401k, when that goes into the economic opportunity for all, the same way you go to brunch with your girls and the tab is $800, but your meal was only $82, but everybody's supposed to be splitting it, going Dutch. Fuck y'all. No, I'm not splitting anything anymore. And I really wish that people who ask questions got the answers that need to be given, you know, the truth. And then with the truth, do they make the hard decision? I guess I am asking something. I want you to make the hard decision. Don't do the easy thing. Don't think that voting for Kamala is going to get you laid. It's not. I mean, it might get you a cat lady with hair on her legs and under her arms and on her lip and on her chin and out of her neck, and hasn't been outside in about 4 years, so her clothes don't fit either. Has a little bit of a smell, but that's okay because she works hard. Might get you laid with her, but I don't know if it's going to be what you wanted. The border is secure, y'all. It's so secure that, well, you be the judge. And then in the next 20 something days, we can do some math, right? I like math. If you liked what I had to say tonight, you know, the like button is there for you to use. If you didn't like what I had to say, I guess you will let me know if that other button that y'all are not afraid to use, fuck y'all, but that's okay. The comment section, I would love to hear your comments about why some of y'all are haters in my comments. I mean, if it's because you don't agree with me, that's cool. I would love to know that. Outside of that, it just seems like a bunch of haters.
You can do this, but you don't know who you are. I know who you are. You're gone. You quit. We won't see you again. Ha, ha, ha.
Remember, you heard it right here from Detecto Rizzo Mac. Peace.
Right, so I'm live on Mondays. Just kidding. On Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Friday, like tonight. So if you want to catch me live, do that. Hit the bell thing so that you might get a notification. But just in general, look out for my channel and the live on one of those days. Until next time, y'all have a good night. What's up, everybody? It's Eve. Follow me on Twitter and YouTube for space recordings and special live programs. 2024, we're doing things a little different if you haven't peeped game by now. So yeah, this is your chance. You can do it now if you want. Hit the bell here on YouTube at JustEveB, or find me on X at Justice4 Just. That's JUSTICE 4 JUST_US. And if you feel so inclined, support my channel and the work we do over here. The Cash App and Patreon links are in the description. Black first.